Hello there again, Lori Cheek with another tech tip on MobyMax. A big piece of accountability that I also like to put up is the time button. Number one, I can post to my students a daily tally, the most recent day, how much time they've actually been on MobyMax, especially if I'm working in another group and I expect them to be working one-on-one doing something else. So in my most recent day, I can see how many minutes each student has been on different things. So like reading informational is what we're really working on right now. So if I see one student was on for 19 minutes because I gave 20 minutes in that session and one was on 5 or 7, I need to talk to them about their accountability. Also, there's alerts. So I can go to a particular day. So for instance, my kids were on the other day, I think on the 21st. They were on reading informational. If they did not get at least a 70%, which is what I set, I can pull this up. They've done this one lesson 3 times. They got a 25%, a 45, and then a 20. Like, why are you going down when it's telling you what the right answers are? Same with here. So I can go ahead and click on it, see what the questions were that they got wrong. 68 seconds you spent on this. What did you answer? What was the correct answer? We can talk about it. It's really nice because you can definitely tell the students that are just clicking through the motions and not really doing it. For instance, Ronnie, he got a 25, a 10, and a 30. I can look 31 seconds spent on this one, 6 seconds to read this one. I know he's not really reading through it. There's no way. So you can kind of tell what they're doing and talk with them about it one-on-one because it's really a waste of time to take just a few seconds to do a question and not pay attention to the reteach. So I would then reassign again this lesson. So that's one way you can reassign through alerts by day. But also you can do it, for instance, if you know all of your students are on reading skills, informational, say. Sorry, let's go back. So we're on reading skills informational on a particular day. Cheney, 5%, like what's going on? That's not good. What did you do here? 16 seconds. I know I need to talk to her about analogies, I'm thinking, because she got all 5 wrong on analogies. So I know I need to bring her and talk to her about this. If it shows up in yellow, they got below a 70. Their time, they're not spending that much time on it. It shows up right here. I'm giving them 20 minutes. So if they're only on for 9 minutes, that's a problem as well. Also, I can tell a whole dashboard setting of what grade level they're at, what their learning velocity is. But what's nice is by each day, how much time did they spend? I gave her 20 minutes, so why was she on for 9? But at least for the 9 minutes, she was focused 100% of the time and she got 7 problems done. Well, this day, she was on for 18 minutes. She didn't even focus at all. She wasn't even on there, got 0 problems done. So you can kind of tell, like this day she was on, wow, for 61 minutes, she had 69% focus, got 29% done. And then I look here at her grades, like how does it go? So it's so fluctuating. Well, I can click on here and usually see the question, 7 seconds to do this one. She got it wrong. I doubt if you could read through it and do it in that. This one took 5 seconds. That one, 20 seconds. So I'll need to call her, obviously, to see what's going on. Now, this one, she did pretty well. She got an 85% on. So she only got 1 wrong. Here's all of them. I can see generally she takes like about 120 seconds, 80 seconds on a problem on the ones that she actually concentrates and gets right. On the ones she didn't get right, maybe she really tried on this one, which I think she did. But I can obviously tell on some of these that since she spent 7 seconds on this, she didn't really try. 11 seconds, 23, 26. Okay, so that's a good accountability piece right there. So sometimes I give them a grade on if I know I gave them a certain amount of minutes. For instance, on this day, if I gave them 20 minutes and she was on for 2 minutes and didn't get anything done and had a zero focus, she's not going to get her 20 points that day. So that's kind of nice. And if you want to do it as a whole group when you're on Snapshot, you click print and print dashboard for selected students. Do them all. And sometimes I print these off weekly to give them back to them with some feedback in their grades because I can tell them what their focus was each day, how they're moving up and increasing the level, what their grades are on each assignment, and that kind of stuff, which is kind of nice. It's a lot of accountability there for them to actually spend the time allotted. So if you're doing stations and you know it was 20 minutes long, these 3 days, this person was not engaged in their 20 minutes worth of the station. Not quite sure what they were doing. But this was a good day. Pretty good. 17 minutes, 100% focus, 18. So on January 13th, this student, oh my goodness, got a 5% though on that test. That's not good. So I would want to look through that. But, oh, that's Ronnie. So that kind of helps you out with accountability. There you can tell the days that they're really focusing and the days they aren't. And it usually correlates pretty well with this. So on January 7th, 88% focus, got 100% on something. So usually it correlates pretty well with what their focus is to what their grades end up being. So that's how you can kind of tell accountability for the students, 2 different ways.